my lovelies, I hope you are all very well. Welcome to the Murderous Minds True Crime channel. I'm your host, Poppy. First, I just want to say I am so sorry, darlings, that it's been so long, but I've just been really busy. I've been working a lot behind the scenes on several other videos and doing plenty of research. I end up thinking that I'm onto something, and then I end up proving myself wrong, going straight back to the drawing board. But today, I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things, really, in the case that have bothered me for a bit. So I've looked into them, and I just wanted to share the information that I found with you because it was quite interesting. Before I carry on, though, I am going to add a trigger warning here, because this particular section of the video is quite sensitive and could be quite upsetting and triggering to some, and I really don't want to upset anybody. But what I want to talk to you about is an Instagram account that alleges to belong to Kylie. Now, I don't know if it was Kylie's or if somebody else created the account, perhaps in Kylie's name, after Kylie had gone missing. But I was concerned about what it says in, I think it's called the bio section. It's just underneath, like, the profile picture. And it says, a cigarette pressed between her lips, but I'm staring at her boobies. It's the wrong way. It struck me as being quite a strange thing for a 16-year-old girl to write as her bio, or in anything. So I typed those words into DuckDuckGo, and the first results that came up was the most disturbing song lyrics that I have ever seen. They are disgustingly vile. The song is called The Wrong Way, and it was by an American band called Sublime. It was also the third single on their third album, which is also called Sublime. And it was released May 25th, 1997. So it's even before Kylie's time, really. Not that that matters. I mean, I was brought up on older music. But I've written the lyrics down to the song, but I'm thinking it would probably be against YouTube rules to share them on here because they're vile. They really are vile. Why anybody would want to make a song about this, I really don't know. I'm more than happy to email them to anybody that wants them, or I mean, you could look it up yourselves if you are curious as to what it actually says. But for now, I'm just going to briefly let you know what the lyrics were about. So basically, the songwriter or the singer, he talks about his, I don't want to say this word, but it's the only word I can think of to use for this, his relationship with a 12-year-old girl who he tells us has been abused her whole life, it seems, by her alcoholic stepdad, who then went on to force her into selling herself. My concern is this was written on Kylie's bio, and if this really is or was Kylie's account, was Kylie trying to say something? Was this perhaps a coded message that nobody picked up on? Was something similar happening to Kylie in her own life? Or was somebody else maybe trying to draw attention to some things that perhaps were or are happening to Kylie and to other teens in and around those areas? Either way, I feel that there is definitely a reason as to why it was those particular lyrics, that song that was chosen for the bio of a 16-year-old girl. This second part I want to talk to is, I don't think a trigger warning's really needed for this bit, so everybody should be okay. I wanted to talk about the bouquet of purple thistles. I'm sorry, I keep coughing, sorry. I'm sure most of you will have heard about when Jagger allegedly gave Kylie a bouquet of thistles. I think it was the 4th of August when they went to the car show. I believe Kate was with them. Well, I remember when I first learned of this, and I thought that's a bit of an unusual gift, you know, because normally when you give a woman flowers, they're these really beautiful, well put together, full of different colours, you know, a bouquet of flowers, usually shop bought, with a variety of different flowers in them. And given that throughout this case we've seen lots of symbolism, codes, ulterior meanings behind things, I DuckDuckGo'd that as well. I had to know if there could have been any other meanings behind the thistles, and I found there were a few different meanings behind gifting someone a bouquet of purple thistles. So I learned that the purple thistle is quite often referred to as the flower of intrusion, and they're sometimes given to somebody as a means of either warning them to mind their own business or to not get involved in a particular situation. It's also associated with aggressiveness, pain, protection and pride, or weakness and poverty. Also, it's used as a weapon or protection against witches and or evildoers. It's believed that witches can't look up at the sun, and because thistles grow tall and upright and have some facing flowers, they make a good weapon to give protection from witches. That's the theory behind it. So my thinking is, what were, if any, Jagger's intentions or reasons for giving Kylie such a gift? Why those flowers? If it had been just a regular bouquet of flowers, I probably wouldn't have even given it a second thought. I'd have just thought, oh, that's so sweet, how beautiful. Now, don't get me wrong, I know some people do prefer wildflowers over regular flowers. I love flowers, and my favourites are wildflowers. I absolutely love them. So I do completely get it, that it may just simply have been that Kylie also preferred wildflowers. I mean, nothing melts my heart more than when the hubster comes home and he's holding a bunch of wildflowers that he's picked just for me. He's put the time and the effort into choosing each individual one, making sure it's the prettiest, most beautiful flower, or the whole while thinking in the back of his mind, what would Poppy really prefer? Which ones does she like? So you know that the whole time that he's doing it, he's thinking of you, and it's just, I think it's more a personal touch, but that's just me, I'm sentimental. So I know that this also could have been true for Kylie, and that Jagger may not have had any ulterior motive for giving them to Kylie at all, and his only reasoning may very well have been that he just knew Kylie would love them and he wanted to make her happy. But in order to properly investigate things, we have to look at all possibilities and outcomes and eventualities. So I was just thinking, what if there was a reason why he chose those particular flowers for Kylie? There may not necessarily have been any ill intent behind the gesture at all. He may very well have been trying to perhaps protect Kylie from something that he knew was about to happen. So remember, it's alleged that this was the day before or the evening before the alleged party took place. But what if, given that most, if not all, of the key players and people that we've came across in this case appear to belong to some sort of cult or New Age religion, and so because of that they have different beliefs to what most of us would have? Could the intention have been to maybe try to summon or inflict pain and aggression or weakness and poverty onto Kylie? Or could he have been genuinely trying to help Kylie by discreetly trying to warn her about certain things that were going to happen, but without letting on to others what he was doing? Was this his way of telling Kylie, don't do anything? mind your own business. You're nearly out of here, get and away from it all. Don't get involved in this situation. Most of us have seen the videos where it said that Kylie was being subjected to awful things, along with many others, and that Kylie had a book or a list or something with names and incriminating information that she intended to use to expose all the evil that was going on. And then we have Jagger's very last text message that he sent to Kylie: don't do anything stupid, right? And I'm sure most of us have seen the CNY family's deathbed confession video, where the lady who hosts the channel shared with us the information that she was given by someone who'd received it in, I think it was a deathbed confession from one of their loved ones. And there we learned that Kylie did have a plan to expose everything, and that she had told just 3 people who she felt she could trust. One of these people broke Kylie's trust, and they told somebody. Now, I'm not saying that person was Jagger. I'm not saying he was the one who broke Kylie's trust, but what if he was one of the 3 people that Kylie had confided in? What if, knowing what Kylie's intentions were, what she was going to do, he was trying to warn her not to do it because he knew what they would do to her? Like I say, there could be no reason at all behind a bouquet of purple thistles, but as we all know, the symbolism and codes are rife within this case and that community. And so I'm not saying he had any ulterior motive, just that it's worth thinking about given everything that we know and continue to learn about this case and the people surrounding it. So, in closing, my lovelies, I just want to say thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this. Please take care of yourselves and be kind to others. Bye bye for now, darlings. I love you all. Bye.